go! Dude, let's go! Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Grizzly here, and today I'm giving you my top 3 favorite spots to land in Fortnite Battle Royale. So the first spot is Haunted Hills. Haunted Hills is kinda out of the way and not a lot of people go there. However, there is so much loot and so much potential to get good guns like the legendary Scar, a bolt action, and a bunch of good guns like the legendary Deagle that just came out, and a bunch more guns like that. So why I do like Haunted is because nobody goes there and you can just have lots of time to loot, and then you can run right over to Pleasant and fight everybody. So a lot of the times this is not a viable option if the battle bus just doesn't go anywhere close to it. It's not really worth it, because what you want to do is go to Haunted Hills, get your loot fast, and go to Pleasant Park. I do this a lot and it works pretty well. I've won probably 60% of my games just from going to Haunted Hills and getting loot and going and cleaning up everybody else. This is perfect if you're not too confident with your gun skills, but you still want to do good. My second favorite place is Fatal Fields / Anarchy Acres. I'm putting these together in one group just because they're kind of the same thing. So the reason I like Fatal and Anarchy is because they're very spread out, and the loot is pretty easy to get to. So once you land, I usually like going Long Barn, that little stable area where there's a bunch of windows you can jump through and stuff like that. You can jump right through them, get the loot pretty quickly, and go fight people who go to Big Barn or to the house. Everybody is a little bit more spread out than something like Tilted Towers or Greasy Grove or something like that, so you definitely have a chance in a gunfight and you can't just get one pumped. Personally, I prefer Anarchy over Fatal, but I will take either or. And the final spot is Retail Row or Greasy Grove. I'm putting these in the same kind of group as well, just because much like Fatal and Anarchy, Greasy and Retail Row are very similar. It's a kind of small town with a couple buildings. A couple buildings are bigger than others and you can get lots of loot, and it's very close combat and I love fighting there. What I like doing is landing at one of the buildings, looting, and getting on the roof and just shooting at people. This works very well because everybody kind of fights on the ground and tries to kill each other, but you're on the top, you can just clean up everybody and get their loot. So some of you crazy guys are probably wondering, oh, but that's all three. What about Tilted Towers, bro? Come on. Tilted Towers is my favorite place to go. Tilted Towers is insanely fun, but if I'm going into a game and I want to win the game, I'm not going to go to Tilted Towers, because in Tilted Towers, sure, you can get lots of good loot, sure, there's lots of action, but the chances of you surviving that against all the other players who just want to kill is very low. Sure, you can get your loot, you can kill a couple people, you are going to take a lot of damage though, and that's not the risk you want to take. Of course there is exceptions. I do like going to Tilted. Don't think I just say like, oh, Tilted Tower sucks, don't go there. I'm not saying don't go there, I'm just saying if you want to win, I would rather go to somewhere like Haunted, like Anarchy, like Fatal, like Greasy, or like Retail to get that win. I'm going to throw up the map so you guys can see all the places that I chose are kind of on the outside, and I did that for a reason. I like going more to the outside of the map because there's not as many enemies all around you. Usually if you go somewhere like Haunted, the only way that people can come from you is you coming straight at them. There's not going to be anybody coming from Junk Junction a lot of the time, and there's going to be a lot of people in Pleasant. Say you're pushing up from Haunted, you're going to be able to see them before they see you. That's the same thing with Anarchy and Fatal and Greasy and Retail. All of them are kind of on the outskirts of the map, so you don't have to worry a lot about getting shot in the back. If you do go somewhere like Dusty Depot, which I do not recommend whatsoever, or Tilted, or Salty Springs, or Shifty Shafts, there's going to be enemies coming from all angles, and that can be very overwhelming. So before I go, I'm just going to say a couple places that I wouldn't recommend going. The first place is definitely Dusty Depot. Dusty Depot is pretty bad. There's not that much loot, and there's kind of a lot of people that go there. And by a lot of people, I mean like 2 or 3, which is a lot for the amount of loot that spawns there. The next place is Moisty Mire. Moisty Mire may have some good loot, but it is very spread out, and it's kind of hard to get to in a short amount of time. And usually if you waste all your time collecting loot at Moisty Mire, you're going to be after running right away to the store. And the final place that I would recommend not going to is Shifty Shafts. If you just want to run there with a shotgun and try to get a couple kills, that's fine. But what I like to do in gun battles is build a wall or a ramp, and I get up on it and I shoot at people. However, in Shifty Shafts, it's very difficult. If you're down in the caves, it's very close quarters, and it's a lot of luck, a little bit of skill, but it is kind of close quarters, and the fights are very unpredictable. So that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.
Still trying to shed these chains, still at this every day, still fighting demons, been behind my back, still scheming, try to persevere, they always here, they keep me down when I have no fear, no